Howdy y'all, my name is Price. I'm coming at you with some more Be Happy. That's right, we're back playing more Be Happy. And I thought I would come over to the giant sign that we made a couple of episodes so that we could talk through what some stuff is that we're going to be doing. So, oh my gosh, I should not have put it right next to the nether portal. You are loud, sir. I know that Buddy comes from within you, and therefore I have to accept your presence in order to hang out with my best friend, but come on. Could you please leave the volume knob anywhere? Ugh. Anyway, so I figured we would, let's take a look at this because we actually have gotten through several of these, right? We got jetpack, boom. I would like to upgrade the jetpack, but we got the jetpack. We got the energetic infuser. We looked into the auto bench and auto packagers, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. We got the beefy bee. Still need to do our bee backpack, our treasure chest, work on elevators. Pig pen is almost done, so I'm going to take that off there, and I'm going to show you guys in a little bit what that means. Lots of stuff off camera. Did a lot of stuff off camera, we'll say that. So first things first, auto bench, auto packager. This sucker's working now. Remember several episodes ago, we tried it. It was set up just like this from what I remember, and suddenly it wants to work. So watch this. Put these in here. Are you kidding? What's going on? Hold on. Hold on. Now it's working. Will it only take if there's only like one slot full or something? It's so bizarre. So I don't know what's going on with it to not want to... It works sometimes, it doesn't work, but you saw it. It just worked there. It just worked there. And I'll leave these in here. I'll take these. I'm just gonna spread them all out like that. See, look, it pulled... I'm so confused, but it's working. All right, so that's the point. It's working. So I'm wondering if maybe it like goes through periods. So you see how it says current mode 2x2, then 3x3. Maybe it goes 2x2, and then it goes for 3x3, and then it goes for 2x2, and then it goes for 3x3. I don't know what it is, but it's working, which means this is gonna fix a whole lot of the situation that I wanted to deal with because the whole thing I wanted to set up with the smeltery, which I set up a little thing in there that we'll look at in a second. It wasn't going to really be very efficient, but it was going to be the only way that we could do it because this thing wasn't working. Now this thing is working, so this is going to be great. And I won't have to use the auto workbenches because people were saying I should, off camera, I should use the auto workbench to create ingots and stuff like that. And it's like, that would work. That would certainly be something that could be done. I just don't want to... set that whole thing up. Like, it would take a lot of time to set up, and I don't know if it would necessarily be worth it in the long run to set that up. But this thing is something that'll be long-term doable. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. So auto bench, auto packager, we've looked into. Things work. Okay, so we got a bunch of signs. Now, what are some things that we want to do? Well, elevators, I have a way that we're going to be dealing with this. Because remember the thing that we're missing, the thing that we need, shut it, is we are going to... we were going to need the ender pearls was going to be a part of that. Now, if we come and look at the colored honey, and we look at some of these rewards, hold on. Purple, if you get purple, we get ender pearls. We get 8 of them. If we get light gray, we get 8 ender pearls. So there are a couple of these that will give us ender pearls. So this would like fast track us a little bit to being able to do that. So I'm thinking that that's going to be something that we do. I already completed red, yellow, and blue, and I'll show you guys that here in a second. It's already nighttime, my goodness. So elevators, that's how we're going to do it. Because the other thing that we'll need is wool, which will come from string, which we do have some wool left. That'll be the other part. But that one we can get. There are some bees that we want to look into getting soon, the spidery bees. Trash chest, still got to work on. Bee backpack. I have some silky propolis actually processing right now from some of those silky combs. So I'm working through getting enough of that so we can make... that's not for the bee backpack. That's for the apiarist suit. And then the bee backpack we can totally make. We'll just make another one of these guys. It'll be super easy. So we'll do that soon. What else do I want to work on? Well, we got to move everything to the pig pen. Move to the pig pen, which we're not going to be doing today, but that is a big goal on the horizon for us, for sure. And then after that, we have the spa, right? We really wanted to do the spa, okay? What other kind of stuff? We need to work on magic stuff. So just in general, Thaumcraft / Botania, I need to get deeper into. We have it in here. It's available. Nuclear power is something that I would like to eventually get. It is something that's in... We have the reactors. Someone in the comments suggested I look into it. And we do have the big reactors mod. And it's something that I've never really gotten into. And I think that Be Happy, this series, for me, should be about exploring things that I've never explored, right? It's mostly about bees, but... in being about bees, the thing that I'm probably the most comfortable with, I think it should also be about the things that I'm the least comfortable with. So I want to become an expert at Thaumcraft and Botania, just like Jasmine is, and I want to figure out these nuclear powers. Well, I say like Jasmine is. I don't think I'll ever be as good as Jasmine is. I don't think I'll ever know as much as she does, but I would like to at least be knowledgeable. And then nuclear power is something I've never done, and the other one is the computer system, which I have also never really done. I've done like a tiny version of it, I think in Agrarian Skies or in Stumplandia. I made like a tiny one just as like a proof of concept, but it wasn't really effective in working. Okay, I think these are some good broad goals for right now. I guess the other thing I will say up down here is we're going to call it the auto packager system, which really what that just means is that setting up the groundwork and the infrastructure for how this will work so that when it comes from the bees into here, it will come in as either ingots or blocks. I'm thinking I might do ingots because ingots are the most useful type of those. Blocks would be the most space efficient, but ingots would be the most useful to be able to just grab. And the other thing I just need more power. And so that means power lines and power generators, so solar panels and things. All right, let's take a walk around and see what has changed since you guys have been here. First and foremost, you guys probably didn't even notice, all right? I made this bigger. Let's look inside. I did what I said. It took me hours. All right, I did what I said I was going to do, though. I pushed back the walls an entire block. Each wall is now further along. You'll see that this is actually wider now. It used to be 1, 2, 3 wide, and then you were outside. Now it's 1, 2, 3, 4 wide, and then you're outside, okay? So I pushed back these walls, so this place is all bigger. I did it on both sides. You can actually see I forgot to, I noticed this just when I was logging in. I forgot to fix these doors, so I'm missing a couple of doors. I gotta deal with that. But I blew out those walls, so now it has much more space. And so let's go look up at the honeycomb floor just so you can kind of get an idea for where we're at right now. So you see here, so much nicer, so less claustrophobic. Is this not nice? You'll see we've got lapis combs going up here. We'll go talk about those guys in a bit. Same over here, you'll see we got tons of those dye suckers. All right, so we got the yellow, blue, and red combs coming in here. So we got lapis, we got those, we got our furtive combs, which you guys pointed this out. What a great thing. I didn't even think about it, but how hilarious is that? That furtive combs, which furtive meaning attempting to hide oneself or conceal oneself, it's so great that furtive combs don't appear in any eye. They're hiding from us. How great is that? That is hilarious. Regardless of if that's what the mod developers were trying to do, that's a brilliant little thing that has been done. And thank you guys for pointing that out to me. I just totally spaced on that even being a possibility. All right, let's go fly out and sleep real quick, and then we'll head over. You'll notice that the pig pen has changed quite a bit. We'll save that for last of this little tour that we're doing. So I finished the pig pen, at least the structure of the pig pen, and we're going to go look at that in a second, but I want to come over here and we'll look at some bees that we got going on. Specifically, we have got these guys, these lapis bees. And so I got these guys all hooked up. They're in the system and everything like that. I was able to get more lifespan upgrades from doing these quests, because when you complete them, you can pick from these. So I got 2 sets of lifespan upgrades and 1 set of production upgrades because I wanted to be sure, because these things are a little bit harder to make. Production we can make, but we don't have a good source of sugar. Lifespan we can't make because we don't have spider's eyes and what else goes into a fermented spider's eye? Whatever it is, we don't have those, which is what those need. So those are the highest priority. And what other bees we got going on? These guys I brought back over here. These are those eldritches that we've been kind of barely working on. And then we have the dye bees are all in here somewhere. I know you're around. Is this you? Yeah, blue queen, yellow queen, red queen's over here somewhere, I think. So we got all those guys working. They're all pumping into the system, so those are good. And so what that means now is that we are going to want to be looking into what the next set of those colored honeys are, because I would like to complete those colored honey quests. The other things that I would like to do is I would like to work on these machinery quests, working towards all these things. So like these lapis lazuli combs, whatever, we have those. Like I can complete that quest right now, and we could see where that goes. So let's do that. Boop. Oh, you know what I need to do? Hold on. Oh, it's going to be the worst. Go. Okay, cool. Lock it. Thank you. So let's complete that quest. Claim our reward. And okay, it doesn't lead to anything else. So we got our extra lapis bees, but that's fine because I'm sure that those will be used in something. Here are the robust, tolerant, resilient, and rocky drones left over from breeding to get the lapis stuff. Oh, you'll also see that I upgraded all these chests to diamond. Like I said, it's super easy to do that. It's actually, I love this mechanic. Where are you? It's not called a chest upgrade. Oh, there they are. They're right here. These ones. So if you go to right here, wood to iron chest upgrade, piece of wood, bunch of iron around it. You right-click that on top of the chest that's already there, and boom, it turns into an iron chest. It's great. So did that for all those just to add a little bit of space because I keep on filling these guys up with garbage, which I know we need the garbage chest, and I think that that'll be something nice to set up eventually. So now why am I not already moving all this stuff over to the pig pen? Because that is the goal, right? We do want this stuff over there, and now that this is basically complete, I would like all this over there. Well, the issue is that currently I don't have a ton of these really high throughput energy cables, these flux ducts. These are basically what you're looking at is what we got. And I kind of need that for much of what we do with our power. I need some higher throughput flux ducts. So I would like to work towards getting higher throughput flux ducts before we really focus on that. And I want more power. And so it's not something that will necessarily get done overnight, but there are a couple of machines that we can work towards to getting it. And I believe if we look through here, we have starting from the bottom of thermal expansion, machines like the pulverizer, redstone furnace, etc. It's talking about thermal expansion stuff. I bet if we go through these quests, they will start to give us a whole bunch of these types of machines. And so that could be nice because that could get us some of the ones that are a little bit trickier that we're going to need to create these flux ducts and things. So that's going to be something that we're going to be working on. Okay. Now, over to the pig pen. The pièce de résistance. So as you can see, I have put a lot of work into the pig pen. The top of it looks roughly the same as what you saw because I haven't done anything up there. That stuff's all normal. All right. I added the sides here. Okay. You saw a little peek of something in there. And this topiary I carried all the way around. And then I also took out the ground and made like a little topiary path. Because again, basing off of the original design that I'm using, this is kind of what it looks like a little bit. So I did this. I carried it all the way around. Let's actually go and look at this just so you can see it. You'll see I got these nice little design elements along the side. I feel like it helps to split these things up a little bit in order to make sure that they look nice and uniform. So you can see that this circles around. Oh, looks like I messed this part up. It's funny how that happens, huh? Let's see. All right. Yeah. What that was I dug these 3 holes here. Do I have any cobble on me? Oh, man. I'll have to come back later. I dug these 3 holes here when I was building this in order to figure out exactly where I needed to put the pillars down there so that it lined up properly. So now you can see that. I'll have to fill those in. Now, if we go inside, the only thing that'll be different on the inside is you'll notice back here, we have the windows, so that's really nice, right? Looks really nice. And then I have this power line running down here. And this was mostly as a proof of concept. I was like, what am I going to do? And I was like, all right, it's going to come through there. We're going to cover that sucker in solar panels, and that's going to be the main power generating area. And then as far as where the bees are going to go, that's where we're going to have to get a little bit creative about what we're going to do with the bees. But I think we can come up with some cool, fun ideas for that. And then we still need to work on our elevators, which we talked about at the beginning of the episode, in order to get up and down between this whole thing. But we got the side doors that we talked about last time. And over here you can see that I've got the Tinker Smeltery setup that I was wanting to do. And so now this is why I've decided against this whole setup. What I realized is that when you use nuggets, they still take up a full slot when you do this. Ooh, I should probably put down a... they still take up a full slot when you do this. And so as a result, it's not so good, basically. Because that means 9 of these go in. It takes a huge amount of time to produce 1 ingot's worth of molten copper, or really 2 ingots worth, basically. Then it like has to keep going through it and going through it and going through it and going through it. Or actually, no, it is only 1 ingot's worth. That's right, because it's not a raw ore. And so it takes forever. And so I think even if I had huge smelteries with each of the different ores going into a different one, it would still just take way too much time. Plus side, we've got a smeltery. So I don't think I'll be messing around with smeltery stuff today, but we do have a smeltery, so I can actually start working on Tinker's stuff going forward. And then, like I said, I brought this down, and I was going to show you guys the auto packager thing here. I made a whole bunch of them because I'm planning on using them down below, which I'll just go talk you guys through. It's a big talking episode. My apologies if you were looking for a big doing episode. This is mostly a talking episode. We're planning, which I think is important, though. I think it's important. Plus, I wanted to show you guys off the pig pen because I think it looks great. So let's go down here. Woo! You'll see I added a third layer here. This layer lines up perfectly with the bottom layer from this other side, which is where these things get pumped into the system. What's nice about that is that we're going to eventually want everything coming out of here instead of coming from over there. So now we can just quickly transfer it across this way instead of across that way there. Now, the reason that I had the packagers and the reason that I extended out this area is basically the idea is going to be that we're going to have all the stuff coming down. And then we're going to have our Java barrels with all of our ore nuggets kind of lined up down here. So you can imagine, let's imagine these are all Java barrels, okay? So we've got the transfer pipes coming from over here, come into the back of these Java barrels here. And then in front of each of those, we'll have auto packagers. Or, we'll have, what do you call them? Transfer nodes into chests, okay? And then that chest will be turned the proper way. And then there'll be a packager and another chest and then another transfer node out. And so what that'll do is for every one of these rows, for each of these setups, we're going to have the nuggets coming in, getting turned into ingots, and then coming back out and going back up into the system, so that up top in the Java barrels, we'll have them as bars, which will be far more useful to us in doing all of our little things. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. I need to get rid of all you suckers. So that's why I have all those auto packages in there. I just went ahead and made a bunch. I was thinking oh, maybe we'll do that today. And then I was like, I'm going to have to deal with power problems before I can deal with that because of our limited space of those, or our limited amount of those power cables. Because basically, since the auto packager requires power, we're going to have to do that. Okay, I have now talked a whole bunch about all this kind of stuff that we're doing. Let's work on breeding some bees. At least a couple bees. To focus on. Oh, there was one more thing that I thought about. Oh, I wanted to make a sugary bee because in order to make production upgrades, let's look at this. So this one isn't for a quest, but this is something that I would like to get done. And I'm sure it's for a quest later on. Requires sugar and royal jelly. We're making royal jelly right now, no problem. I do need to get into the system, but we're making it. We've got, and then we need sugar. And so that comes from the sugar canes. Now the thing is, I haven't been able to properly breed or grow that sugar to make multiples because it doesn't grow the classic Minecraft way. It's growing the AgriCraft way, which means I have to do the whole agriculture breeding thing. And that's a thing. It's something that I don't know, and I'm not totally interested in at the moment. So what I have been doing is I have been slowly growing it, harvesting it, planting it, and building up a little bit of sugar so that I can have at least some. But another way that we can get around that is that we can go look at, what is it called? There's a sugary princess, okay? Sugary queen, which comes from a sweetened and a rural drone. So now a sweetened comes from a valiant and a diligent. Now, if I look for a valiant, what is a valiant? I was like, what's going on here? And then I remembered. Valiant bees are, so when you're playing a regular map that has forestry involved and you're looking for valiant bees are a rare drop from hives. They are kind of just a general rare queen or princess. And so the thing about that is, in this, it's like, oh, okay, so how do we get hive bees in this? Well, we go to our store, right? So I went and looked at our store. Okay, let's go look at our store. Boom. And what do we got here? Valiant repeatable quest. What do you need? Cookies. Aha. What's the recipe for cookies? Wheat and cocoa beans. We got that. We got so much of that. We got so many cocoa beans and wheat I can make in no freaking time. We had tons before. I've got tons of the combs that we have just building up. So I could centrifuge a whole bunch of those combs, turn it into wheat, and then we're going to turn that wheat into the cookies with the cocoa that we have that we already built up forever ago when I was trying to breed trees. So that's going to work out for that. So let's go ahead, and I think we're going to try and do that right now. We'll get the Valiant, and then we'll also work on that other bee I was talking about earlier. I think we talked about a couple bees, maybe. But let us go and get powdery combs. Wheaten combs. Where are you at? Wheaten combs. Here we go. Grab a couple of you. And let's go fly over here. We got our silky stuff, our silky, what is it? Silky wisps here. So we'll grab those two. So while we're letting these wheaten combs process, I'm gonna need to make a whole ton of centrifuges. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't it be great if I had a whole setup that was auto centrifuging like half of our combs? I think that would be wonderful. All right. So what did I just do? Got my silk wisps. Let's go ahead and start making this apiaries thing, because I think it's just... Oh, no, we have to make silk mesh, huh? Is it not like that? Is it like that? All right, hold on. Let's find out. Uses. I know it has a recipe to make... Is that not what it's for? Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. I thought that's what this was for. Apiarist suit. Recipe, silk mesh. Comes from silk wisps. In a carpenter. Aha. Cool. All right. Squeezer, carpenter. I need to get you some water. Bucket. Who's got the bucket? Do you have a bucket? No, but you got some iron. And I'm lazy. So, oh, I have a bucket on me. It's filled with lava. That's why. All right. Infinite water source. Please come here. Okay. Come on. Move faster. You can sprint. I should just make another quick little infinite water source over here. That would be smart. That would be forward thinking. Let's do that. Okay. We'll just quickly do it. Here's what we're going to do. Take you. Okay. Put you right back down. Right. Schmack. And we're going to do this. Okay. And then we're going to quickly just take you. Don't worry about it. All right. You're going to be fine. I'm going to take you. I'm going to do this. Okay, then we're gonna do this, and do that, and now you're fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, so I need to take some water, put it into this carpenter, and then we're gonna start turning all, oh, don't do that. Don't pull from that side. And then we're gonna start getting this silk wisp processing. Okay, so if I take these wisps and I put them around in this fashion, right? Cool. So how many of those can we make? It's going to make a couple, but I will need to process more. Now, how are we doing over here, Mr. Centrifuge? This thing does work pretty quickly. All right, let's grab some of that wheat. Let's go grab some cocoa, and let's see how many of these cookies we can make right off the bat, because it makes a lot when you do this, from what I understand. How much cocoa did I grab? I grabbed the 19 stack. You grabbed the 64 stack, you dingus! Go for home. My goodness. All right. Cocoa and wheat, and they each make 8, so that gave us 64 and 16. We're almost there already, and I'm wondering if it's going to actually take them from us or if it's going to allow us to keep them, because that would be pretty nice. All right, let's keep that going. How much wheat you got for me over here, Mr. Wheaton? All right, we've got 8, 9. Give me more, 10. All right, let's make a couple more of these. And that should be enough. One more set. We need one more set, I think. 1 and 2. Okay, cool. Yeah. We got it. All right, boom, got you. Manual submit. Claim reward. Awesome. So now what we can do with this Valiant, and honestly what I probably should do is breed it all up, start making a bunch of drones and things, and then we can use that to make those sugary bees that I wanted to make. So that's probably what we're going to do. But for right now, let's just do a quick little look-see at your stats, because you might have some good stats. Long lifespan, slow production, slowest pollination, flowers are normal. All right, well, you're okay. But let's go ahead and let's do let's make you a super bee. We're going to give you fast flowers, none infertility. That's what we're going to do. The best genes. And how you doing over here, Mr. Silky Wisps? All right, we made a couple of those things. Let's go get some more silky combs. Processing through the centrifuge. Is it these ones? Silky combs, yeah. I love the color on those, by the way. That kind of like lime greenish deal going on. Let's get these things centrifuged. And let's look at the dye bees again, because those right now are the ones that I'm the most focused on, I believe. Let these guys do their thing. And let's go run over here really quickly. I got to put some of this stuff away. We're doing some things, guys. Oh. All right, put some of this stuff away. I need to really get this stuff into the system. And that's the major thing that I want as far as junk chest is just things for like the common stuff that I pick up that I will need eventually, but I don't need now. Okay, so we got the silky combs going. Let's look at our different dye bees. We want to get, I'm sure, like green probably, and orange and white. Okay, white comes from, let's see, white colored combs would come from a white queen. That's right, they're just going to be called that. So wintry princess, diligent drone. And then, that's right, we talked about this last time actually. But then it's with the orange and the green. This is probably going to be what? Red and yellow is going to give us orange, and green, and yellow and blue is going to give us the green. Is that true? Let's see. Orange, yellow, and red. Okay, so yeah, this is going to, the tricky part about this is going to be getting the queens. Because we don't have extra queens of that type, and making more of them the old way is going to be a little bit frustrating. So I want to kind of do a brute force attack. How many drones we got going on for each of these guys? You got 10. I don't think I bred them up to produce so many. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to brute force this. I'm going to take 10 blue drones. I'm going to take 10 yellow drones. And I'm gonna, you guys, we still gotta get you guys going through, so you're gonna be fine. Now, I'm gonna get something like a common queen, all right? And what we're gonna do is we're going to force that common queen into becoming a, becoming one of the ones that we want it to become by just making it breed with the same drone over and over and over again. And that will basically overwrite its genetics eventually. This is like my old technique for breeding. So store is what I'm looking for. Store. Store, open. And then we want, where are you at? Common. Okay, Mano submit, thank you. And then can we also get a cultivated? Mano submit, cool. Oh, claim reward, cool. And how are we doing on, all right, yeah, I figured that would use it all up. Now, let's find one of these suckers that we can feel comfortable taking out of the loop. What are you? Majestics? Y'all are in the loop, but it's not like totally necessary that y'all are in the loop, especially both of you. So let us actually do one of these actions. Yoink. Okay, and we're gonna pop you right here. Come on, all right. And then the Eldritches we're gonna deal with as well. So let's put the Majestics away. Oh wait, actually, I need to do a little bit of chest maintenance, a little bit of getting rid of stuff. All right, let's get rid of all you. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. Don't need any of y'all right now. All right, that'll be good enough. All right, give me all you. We've got auto on there, which is nice. So let's take this, keep the Valiant over here, please. Don't want to waste a Valiant. Where's our other Valiant? Shouldn't there be a Valiant drone? Got a Valiant Princess. Oh, he's in here. That's right. Now, let's start with the common princess, and we're going to mix you with 10 yellow drones. So the idea here is that if we let this run, and the only drone that it's allowed to work with is this one, so we're actually going to turn off automation, so it'll only go through the ones that we've left in there. It will eventually become a yellow queen. It might not be a perfect yellow queen, it might be all mixed up wonky genetics, but it'll be enough that we can then overwrite the genetics, and then we can mix it in order to do one of the other things. Now what do we got here? We got Cuprum, Stanum, these are all our metal bees. Auric, Ferris, what are you? Plumbum, Destabilized, Diamandi, and River. All right, so those guys all stay for sure. What do we got here? Ferris, more Argent, and Argentum, that's the silver. Right, so we got, like, honestly, at this point, I'm starting to need, like, more industrial apiaries because we're running low on space. Which I think I actually do have some more somewhere. I just didn't have them set up in the system. I'm not sure, but oh well. So this guy we're going to allow to breed. I would like some lifespan upgrades though. Give me those. Cool. So you're going to do that. And then for you, we're going to take Mr. Eldritch out. You're a future project, Mr. Eldritch, because we really actually don't need you as much as I thought we did. Production's fine, I guess. Let's take the Valiant, and we're going to breed these guys for a little bit. because we want to get some extra drones, just so I don't have to go through the process of making more of those cookies in the future. It's not like it's hard, but it is the kind of thing where you kind of go like, oh, wait, I got to go get cocoa. I got to go do this. Simpler is better for me. Let's leave a step out. Although eventually we'll probably just be making cookies from bees, honestly. All right, I'm looking at the time. It's starting to get a little bit late into the episode here. I know that we didn't get a whole lot done, but that's because we're doing all that planning, right? And so next time we'll definitely have a goal so that we'll have a start, finish, here's what we're going to have done thing. But I think probably off camera, I'll go ahead and I'll keep working on those specific bees that we just did there. Okay, do that. And let's go check how they're doing. I would like to get like one of them made here shortly if we could. And so you make sugar. Oh, they make sugar on their own already. Valiants do. Oh, that's cool. Didn't realize that. And cocoa combs. Ooh. We're going to need to make some barrels for those. All right, so that's cool. So honestly, we could just stick with the Valiant and go forward from there. But I bet you Sweetened and the whatever the other one's called, I bet they produce at a greater percentage rate, which might be something that doesn't matter if you mess with the genetics, but it's possible. It's useful. All right. How's your lifespan doing here, little buddy? Let's see what we get out of this. If we get a yellow queen, then... Oh, wait, no. Automation does need to happen, actually, if I want the queen to get popped over. All right, so it's still a common. So we'll keep that going through. Kill you, kill you. And then what about... Did I get the other one going? I didn't. I would like to, but that's right. I have some issues with the current system. Come here. All right, you're going to go right here. And we're going to take more Majestics out, and we're going to put a blue drone, cultivated, and we're going to let that go. All right, so we're going to let all these bees do their thing. I'll get to them off camera. And so let's just, once again, let's go and look at the board here. Because, like I said, it is something that I would like to get to a lot of this stuff on. So, next time, here's what I want to do. I want to focus on the machinery stuff. I feel like if we work on these quests here, all right, that's going to probably lead us down a path that is going to help us to get more of the stuff for the computers. Let me actually, let's go try and see where this one leads. Because I bet you it leads to something. All right, let's grab, where's some iron nuggets? Give me these. Where's my, I moved it into here. No, I didn't? A couple more then. All right, just because I don't know how many I'm going to need off the top of my head. I don't need nearly that many. I know I don't need that many. But might as well just make a whole bunch, right? Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Oops. And boop, boop, boop. Oh, man, I messed it up. All right, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Gotcha. Okay, so we've now got a ton of iron bars. Ah! Mouse! Why must you do that? So rude. Okay, and then we do one of these. Boop. All right, bunch of blocks of iron. Now, for this quest, manual submit. Gotcha. Claim rewards. We got some inscribers things. I don't know what those are for. Oh, and that didn't take us any further. All right, I assumed that would actually... So what are these things for? Use. Ah, these are how you make all these different components for the computers. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Printed silicon, inscriber silicon press. So how do we make this inscriber then? What is the inscriber? Inscriber. This comes from Applied Energistics 2. We're going to need some pure Fluix crystals. Drop a Fluix seed made from Fluix dust and sand into a puddle of water to make the process faster. Add crystal growth accelerators. How do I make a Fluix seed? Oh, well, hold on a second, because there were two. There were two different kinds. There's that kind as well. Which comes from a Fluix queen. Aha. What do you come from? Certus and Skystone. Oh, I see. So all right. So let's look back in our quests here. Machinery. Come back. It's this line. We need to do this line. So this is what we're going to do. Next episode, let's work on these Sky Bees. Let's work on the Fluix Bees, because I think that could be a fun thing, and we can work towards the computer. So I'm gonna actually put a last sign on here before we end for today. Super long episode. My apologies for. It's funny how I take an episode where I basically did nothing and turned it into one of the longer episodes. Where's the friggin' sign? I know I had signs. There we go. All right. But yeah, that'll be what we'll do next time. I think that that'll be a great little path to go down that we can probably follow. It'll involve a lot of bee breeding, but it'll be really rewarding, I think. So I'm gonna call this the Skystone Bee Path, and then just go like this, Fluix, just in case I forget. So it's like 2 Fluix and beyond. Okay, so last thing, let's just go check on those dye bees just to see if we lucked out with our genetics. And we did. And what about you, sir? You're still going? Oh, because he doesn't have lifespan. Okay, so I'm going to grab the old lifespan here. We're going to pop that in here. But we can at least make one of these bees, so that'll be cool. So, lifespan you. And where are the other blue drones? Let me have just one. Just one. Yellow princess, blue drone. Got this going on. Boop, boop. Green queen. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Now, I think these guys already have pretty good genetics off the bat, if I'm not mistaken. But we can also run them through our super genes if we like. Short, faster, faster. Hold on. Oh, man. All right, so here's what we're going to have to do. Let's look at that. Let's look at that. Slow, flowers. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to make another template with one of our fertility 4s. I'm going to breed the crap out of those green bees. I'm going to, this is all stuff I'm going to be doing off camera, but I'm telling you guys this so you know. All right, so let me, all right, this is how we're doing, okay? So we're going to take those green bees, okay? We're going to run them through the genetic imprinter with just fertility 4. So all they gain is the ability to make more drones. I'm going to breed them a ton, have them on lifespan 4s, and just kind of like really go for it. Get as many of those drones as I possibly can. And then once I have like a full stack of extra green drones, I'm going to start burning them through the genetics until we get a template for faster. And then we'll put that onto our super thing, and then we'll have even better stats on all of our bees. And then it's going to take me like 90 hours to go through and take every single one of our bees and turn them into an even better version of the bee that they were. But it really shouldn't be that hard. And then I'll have to clear out all of our drones. It'll be a process, but in the end, what it'll mean is that all of our bees are producing even faster. Oh, man, the efficiency. Oh, the efficiency. Okay, cool. So we got this cool green bee. Let's pull him out of here. Oh, I'm excited for that. And so we'll work on that going forward. What you got for me here? You're still going. Oh, you're on automatic. That's why. But you're a blue queen, which is what I wanted. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Dang it. Well, you better come out a blue queen again on the other side. And then once I have that. Oh, you know what? I should have done it the other way, because what I need now is I need another yellow queen. I need another yellow queen. So I'm going to have to run something through here in order to do that. But I'll hold on to the blue one because I'll need to mix blue with red to make purple, I bet. Because I didn't even look at that one this time. But if we look at the colored honey quest, purple is likely to come from red and blue. So I'll mix this blue queen with a red drone, and that'll get us the purple. But anyway, I'm already talking way too long. Way too freaking long. Oh my God, I'm looking at the time. What have I done? What have I done? You know what it is, y'all? It's because, hold on. It's because I'm finally done with like almost all my school stuff. I have like one little thing I got to do, and then I'm pretty much done. And so I think that I'm like, oh my gosh, I can play games. But yeah, so wow, we talked a lot. We did a whole bunch of things as far as in between episodes, and I talked you through every little thing that we're going to be doing going forward. So hopefully we've got ourselves a good roadmap for the next good chunk of time. Because I'm thinking, y'all, I've been thinking about this lately. I think this series has the chance, the opportunity to go for a very long time. All right, not just completing all the quests in the book, but I do want to complete all the quests in the book, unless they start to get like crazy absurd. But I don't think that they do. But also just in like terms of we can do a lot of things in this world. I can really explore a whole lot of different ideas here and really make some fun little things happen. So, but anyway, I'm talking too much again. With all that, thank you all for watching. If you like your style, please be sure to give this video a like, a favorite, and subscribe to the channel. My name has been Price. The pig pen is finally looking dang gorgeous. And I will see y'all next time.